Fashion Week for me. I just went to Barney, spent your whole year's salary. I never wore Yeezys, that's a fact. Every week is Fashion Week for me.
Opa, e aí, tudo bom? Quem tava falando é Arthur e Pikachu Arquivos. Faz tempo que eu não queria fazer um react desse vídeo. Provavelmente, se isso acontece, eu nunca fiz esse react na vida desde 2024. Mas é por causa que esse vídeo vai ter assuntos bem pesados envolvendo a comunidade de FNF Recolor. Ah, mas o que é FNF Recolor? Bom, a FNF Recolor é uma bem comunidade de Recolors, desde o Super Elite Kids e etc. Mas na época de 2021 surgiram muitos FNF Recolor. Quando o FNF foi criado em outubro de 2020, não tinha esses Recolors, não tinha. Mas a partir do primeiro mod que foi criado, foi a Carol. Foi criada essa primeira da mod, mano. Primeiro mod. Mas em 2021 surgiu os mods como Iri, Midify Sky, Madness Combat e etc. Que essa é uma comunidade bem recentemente aqui. Mas em 2021 tinha surgido aqui a FNF Recolor na época, são os brasileiros e americanos que nem tinham na época. Mas a partir de 2022 surgiu uma queda da comunidade de FNF Recolor, tá? Pior. Uma queda de FNF. Provavelmente, se essa comunidade acontecesse, porque FNF Recolor surgiu de 2022, que surgiu mais tóxico ou Osmon, cara, que na época não foi criado esses episódios. E tem um piloto do episódio piloto de FNF Recolor sobre react de uma girlfriend black e essas coisas aí. Muitos FNF Recolor já me seguiram nessa conta do TikTok principal. Porque, já que exemplo, se esse cara de T-Racer em 1987 vai fazer o tóxico, eu pediria em contrato se eu pedir contato dele numa rede social para eu participar de um vídeo. Que se ele pedir, aí eu peço para participar de um vídeo collab só, para pegar certo de visualização. Enfim, em 2023 eu criava um FNF Recolor lá do Bom, primeira temporada, que durou, e um primeiro episódio surgiu de uma curiosidade, até o último, de especial de Halloween, que já sabia disso. Mas em segunda temporada tive 5 episódios. Teve até 1, até 5. Foi até setembro do ano passado, que tinha acabado mesmo. Em 2026 eu criava lá do FNF Recolor, que nada temporada ou episódio, parte 1. E até vai ser então uns partes 5 partes, eu faço parte 6 depois. Então, esse vídeo é assunto bem pesado da comunidade de FNF Recolor no YouTube. Era muito pior do que no TikTok. Exemplo, e créditos vão para esse canal de T-Race. Então, bora lá.
The Friday Night Falcon community, there is an obscure side of the fandom that you probably never heard of. And that is the Recolor community. There are many things that go on there. From the sublime to the more disturbing.
Cara, mano, que porra é essa, mano? Meu Deus! Que isso? É fica da cena. Tipo, eu sigo uns canais que tinham uns Frunk, conhecendo Frozen, e essas coisas aí que eu sigo, que são gente boa. Mas é por causa que esse vídeo de um FNF Recolor, não sei se provavelmente, né? Então, esse vídeo vai ficar meio de 1 hora do vídeo. Esse vídeo vai ser mais longo que eu já vi na minha vida, vai ter memes, essas coisas aí, né? Então, essa mesma coisa de sempre. Então, bora lá.
Factors. The distorted and twisted nature.
Que isso? Que roça é essa, mano? Peraí. Nossa, que roça é essa, véi? Caralho, mano. Porra. Meu Deus, essa roça da Girl foi bem um pouco bizarra, mano. É sugestiva, mas tá, mano. Bora lá.
Are the reasons why this specific side.
Esse vai ser mais absurdo de cinema do que do Arthur Stat. Enfim, bora continuar.
Of the community is known as notorious. But they do try to clear up their name.
É uma girlfriend nerd.
But can they? Is the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community really based off of...
Cara, nossa senhora. Aqui ó a mensagem. A message into a Recolor community. The Friday Funkin' Recolor community. Everyone, please take a moment to read this. Lately, your community is surrounded by the drama, argument, stress, and people feel pushed to the point where they try to want to create as the talented artists they're leaving. As the creators to lose motivation, if people feel like the chaos is too much. But before anyone makes the decision to walk away, I want everyone to stop for a moment and remember something important. This community never built on drama. It was built on
Creativity?
creativity, and
Or is it based off the abnormal reality that they live in? Well, we might as well find out for ourselves. Let's explore a little bit into their world.
Vamos lá agora, vamos lá. Parece o do FNF 3, antes que você coloque a câmera aí, né?
Well, that was one hell of an intro. So, hello everyone, it's GT Racer 1987. And yeah, looks like I'm back ranting about the Friday Night Funkin' community again. More specifically, a certain portion of that said community. Now, I've already talked about a couple people in this specific side of the fandom. You probably already know that if you've been on my channel for a while. And
o mesmo cara que fez o vídeo esse daqui, ó. The Creeper Stalker for Funk. Essa vez. O assustador, Stalker, o Fry Funk Recolor da comunidade, né? Mas tá, né?
Side of the fandom I'm gonna be talking about is the Recolor community. Now again, I've already covered a couple of figures in this side of the Friday Night Funkin' community, so I thought, you know, why not just make a video covering the whole Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community as a whole? I mean, there's a lot of shit that goes down in that side of the community, so might as well talk about it, am I right? Now, the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community does not have the best reputation if
como é que ele disse agora, a comunidade FNF Recolor no YouTube não tava boa a reputação, não. É exatamente disso, né?
anything, has a pretty terrible one. But if you do have bad feelings about the Recolor community, well, people like Prada here, for example, want you to think otherwise. As she has stated in this post, which is, I guess, a message to the entire Recolor community, that this community was never built on drama, but in fact was built on creativity. But is that really true? Well, you're gonna find out from me as we take a supersonic dive, and yes, I mean super, into why the Recolor community is looked down upon and seen as a toxic and horrendous community that makes the Friday Night Funkin' fandom look bad. So let's get started, shall we? This is why the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community
meu Deus do céu, mas tem cinema, cara, meu Deus. Capítulo 1. Art.
So to start off,
como que eu disse aqui, capítulo 1, arte roubada e maturidade.
I'm going to be talking about the more tame problems of the Recolor community before we actually get into the more heinous stuff that this specific community has committed. And the most common problem I see is art theft, where they would steal other people's artwork just to recolor them and try to pass it off as their own. Now, there are multiple examples, but I'm just going to show a couple. Yeah, I think you can kind of tell where this is going, and it doesn't really help the fact that
Tá, essa aqui é uma imagem de um recolor de Neofunk, fez um arte traçado do Boyfriend. Eu não sei se provavelmente foi pegado do Punch ou do Ibis Punch ao mesmo tempo. Tá, não, foi foda-se.
This person has also said, I found this image on Google and you guys...
Nossa senhora, essa desgraçada, uma arte traçada. Porque... se arte traçada, porque se eu falei assim, plágio é crime, se eu vou lá de direitos autorais, porque se os recolors vão atacar, não sei o que, provavelmente vão estar tudo chorando se eu fiz o react desse vídeo em inglês. Vou entender porra nenhuma que esses caras falando, são um bando de criança de recolor mesmo.
Could recolor if you want. So let me get this straight. You're going to outright encourage your audience to go on their greasy-ass iPads just to go steal this other person's artwork and make goofy recolors of it? That is pretty scummy, my boy. I guess here's a couple of other examples that I found.
Tá, esse foi... Cara... Mano, não sei se... Lê aqui, ó. E pessoal, eu já quero dizer uma coisa muito especial. Eu e RG estamos oficialmente em relacionamento. E tornou-se agora... E está atualmente 15, não 16. Estou fazendo 13 esse ano. Só estão 2 anos de diferença. Totalmente apropriado. Nós somos iguais, temos real sentimentos com outro a outro. Lírio, FNF, eu te amo muito. Cara, esse um post de dois belos casal, não sei, são um casal bem fofo, todos em colo, já sabe. Aconteceu comigo. A Raquel namorando BF adolescente. A ex-amiga minha, não vou mencionar, namorando SMG6, Samara, etc. Tudo aconteceu. Mais John namorando, essas coisas aí. Até Ítalo namorando a Nina. São dois da comunidade de Sonic. Eu já tenho isso.
It kind of really goes to show that this is a really common trend in this community. I mean, with that last one I shown you, at least that person apologized for stealing artwork, which I guess is kind of a nice switch of pace. But yeah, as I said, there's a lot more people that do this whole thing, but, you know, I don't want it to take up the whole chapter. So let's talk about the amount of immaturity that runs around in the Recolor community. Now, there's a lot of immaturity in the Recolor community. Whether that be people not being able to handle criticism or just getting into fight.
Cara, mano, olha esse comentário, velho, do Brandon. Por favor, entra, para, só aqui, ó. Cara, ah, não, essa coisa é bem intancável que eu já vi na minha vida. Nossa, velho, nossa senhora, caraca, meu Deus, putz grila, velho. Vamos lá.
It's for stupid reasons. Now, one little fight I have seen that has actually caught my eye has to do with someone by the name of Brandon Boyfriend, who got into a really heated battle, I guess, if you want to put it that way, with notorious predator Ethan Hartley, who you probably know if you've been on this channel for a while. And the reason why these guys have beef with each other is because...
Vamos lá. Siga só.
It's over wanting to date a GFOC. A fucking GFOC. I mean, even in the comments under that post, they even had a whole slap fight. Wait a minute, what the fuck is this music? Ethan, stop being a simp and leave us alone! You literally don't deserve her because you're just a filthy yonder stalking me and trying to force me to let you have her back! I'm sorry, Brandon, but every time I see Nadia, my heart breaks. I don't know what to do anymore. Just find another GFOC that's single. It's not that difficult! Couldn't you help me with that? I'm not helping you, Ethan! Ask someone else to help you! Have you find a GFOC that's single? Don't bother sipping on my girlfriend again! So much for your help when you hugged me. I give up. Then give up on getting her back if you want to. That'll get you, yo, stop sipping on Nadia. I'll never find a GFOC to date, not even one that looks similar to Nadia. You'll never find GFOC either way. Ever!
Meu Deus. Que briga idiota, mano. Dois peixes brigando.
I'm sorry, I just can't take this shit serious.
Mano, deveria ser a briga de torpedo, mano. Aí essa briga veio tenso, mano.
I'm sorry. Okay, in all seriousness though, this has really got to be one of the most stupidest arguments I have ever seen.
Como é que ele disse, esse foi um dos argumentos mais estúpidos que eu já vi na minha vida. Ele disse, provavelmente se falando dos dois caras que brigou em um argumento estúpido, são dois palhaços brigando. Parece um circo ou outro brigando. Porque esse circo não para de pegar fogo, mano. Aí tá.
My life. I mean, hell, I've seen NASCAR and Formula 1 fans fight each other for...
I prefer the Formula 1 fans normal, the Ocean community, because no Formula 1 fans before. I know Formula 1 no more I have today.
More important matters than this. I mean, is it really worth wasting your mentality just to fight somebody over the internet over a fictional character? I mean, again, it's just somebody's OC. I don't think it should really be that deep. And the fact that this guy is a grown man too just makes this more embarrassing. Like, I feel like at 20 years old, you got a lot more important things to focus on. And this is really the only...
E lembrando que esse vídeo vai ficar meio de 1 hora. Se esse vídeo que eu peguei veio com o número verificado, eu editarei esse vídeo para 1 hora desse react, então.
Reason why he even hates this Ethan Hartley guy. Not because he's a predator or anything, but it's because...
Como ele vai pegar, pega o Jack, mano. Pega esse do FNF Recolor. Pega esse Ethan, pega o Jack, mano.
He's simping for other people's OCs. Although I find that hypocritical because... Brandon, aren't you also simping for an OC? I mean, you're literally dating one. Really cannot be shit-talking other people for simping for OCs when you're literally simping for one yourself. Okay, hi, editing GT here, and I would just like to add this. So, not only is Brandon dating Nadia, the GFOC that he was fighting over with Ethan Hartley, but he's now apparently getting married to her.
Oh, que isso!
Yeah, strangest thing I have seen all day. Actually, no, scratch that. The strangest thing I've seen all year. that might be a hot take, but still. Like, Brandon, again, you want to shit on this guy for sipping for OCs, yet you're doing this same exact thing, and now getting married to it. Like, you're getting married to a fucking OC, my guy. Also, just to remind you, I am not siding with Ethan Hartley whatsoever. I mean, at least Brandon's only simping for one OC, because from what I've seen, Ethan Hartley has gone after multiple of them. So I guess in fairness to him, but still doesn't take away the fact that Brandon is a major hypocrite. But yeah, all I really had to say.
Sendo sincero, a minha OC com outra C da Julie é um dos melhores chips que eu já vi. I'll tell you about that my OC as Oliver with the Julie was dating was best ship because she was 18, was 19. For my mother, my girlfriend, I think was my best candle ever. You know, something different that he calls that is not good for about. It's the worst on YouTube than TikTok.
Hey, let's get back to the video. Now, I would understand if Brandon was just trying to call it Ethan Hartley because, you know, the guy who made the OC as a minor and should not be talking to him in the first place. I would definitely understand that concern, but as you can see, clearly, that is not his main concern. His main concern is that he is sipping for an OC, and that's really it. I don't know, I just find this really petty because there are better reasons on why you could dislike Ethan Hartley. I'll get into a little bit more on Brandon Boyfriend later because he actually has been in some controversy before. But moving forward, there are often times where the Recolor community will handle situations in a very poor manner. Take Galaxy here for an example. So he was involved in a situation that had to do with somebody stealing someone else's artwork and just shoving it into an AI generator or something. Now, as I do agree that
Meu Deus do céu, o cara usou IA, mano! O cara usou IA na imagem, pelo amor de Deus, velho. Tá? Se o cara usou IA, muitos recolhos usando IA, até que no TikTok tem OCs matando do Verity. Porque tinha um caso da Recolor que eu vou fazer a parte 6 e um vídeo sobre dessa Recolor essa growth, que eu fiz um vídeo sobre Black Sky, numa parte 5, foi o caso sobre da Black Sky. Eu falei, não ataquei ela, só dei a minha opinião mesmo. Aí está.
Person should not be stealing artwork. The way Galaxy handled this situation was just god-awful. He tries to intimidate the art thief by making his Pico Recolor quote-unquote dark and scary. And I'm sorry, if you're really trying to intimidate anybody by doing this, you're really not scaring anybody. If anything, it's making you look more like an asshat. Like, I'm sorry, but no one's really going to take you seriously if you do this type of shit. And it's really not going to diffuse the situation at all. Like, don't even bother trying to do this. You're not Sonic.exe. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say for this part. Now it's about time we get into the more damning things that the Recolor community has done.
Vamos lá. Capítulo 2. Toxicity e manipulação.
Toxicity. Whatever community you're in, whatever sub-community you're in, there's always going to be some form of toxicity. And the Friday Night Funkin' fandom is no different. It's got loads and loads of it, especially in the Recolor community. I know that sounds kind of rich considering I'm from the Sonic fan base, but hey, again, no fandom is perfect. As I said, no matter what fandom you're in, there's always going to be some toxic assholes. So to start off this little section here, let's talk about someone by the name of Squareboy. However, I would like to add this before we actually get into his story. I'm gonna be less harsh here talking about this individual because at least he's trying to get some help. Unlike most of the people in this fucking fandom. Now, from what I've heard, this all started because Square got mad at his now ex-girlfriend, Neo, for delaying a stream. Now, I don't have the exact clip of when this happened, so you're gonna have to take it with a grain of salt. And after that, Neo went out of her way to go find some new partner of hers.
Ok, sendo sincero que se acontece de muitos casos da Recolor que existem no TikTok, se você precisar FNF Recolor no TikTok, tem memes como FNF Recolor, like, tem uns Recolors que faz isso, não sei o que. Cara, existe até os Recolors de Raquel, mano, que existia na época de 2023 que fazia sobre isso. E, sinceramente, nossa senhora, o que você sabe disso? Caso da minha amiga Josi, que teve treta com ela, falando que ele foi debochar com ela, não sei. Hoje a Josi tá com outras amizades, porque ela foi comigo ainda até hoje. E se por causa que... E se o mesmo caso acontece com os outros Recolors no YouTube, eu estarei pesquisando sobre isso, FNF Recolors. Pesquisando. Se eu pesquisar FNF Recolors no YouTube, tá muito pior. Que eu fiz a segunda temporada, que em 2007 vou fazer a terceira temporada de volta. que termina também o FNF Recolor na temporada do episódio, até parte 10 ou parte 15, ou parte 19 ou 20, sei lá. Que a FNF Recolor terá 20 episódios na terceira temporada. 20 já. Tá bom, precisamos de 8 também. Mas se por causa estamos em 20 minutos de gravação, até 20 minutos. Se por causa que o FNF Recolor estava amigo nosso, tudo aí, mas dá. Mas beleza, mano, eu entendo, tudo bem, mas tá 29% gravando, mas vamos editar, né? Mas então, bora lá.
And when Square found out that she had found a new partner, yeah, it went downhill from there. He would constantly obsess over her and would even go out of his way to ping his whole Discord server in order to try to get those people in that said server to convince Neo to come back to him. Now look, I get breakups are hard, but this is kind of pushing it. Like, why would you ping your whole Discord server in order to try to get your ex back? Now this would drag on as Square would eventually find out about new information about Neo Girl. Finding out that Neo was making fun of his traumatic past, which I will agree was really fucked up. Hence why I didn't really want to take sides in this situation. Pretty sure they have also confronted each other at some point, and just looking at some of these statements alone makes Square sound a bit narcissistic, I'm not even gonna lie. But then he would eventually find out about what Neo is doing with her partner in her personal life, which I won't show out of respect, cause what is it of my business or any of your guys' business on what Neo is doing with her partner in real life? Like, it's none of my business, it's none of Square's business, it's none of his friend's business, and it's none of your guys' business either. The situation only went down worse and worse from there, and hence why I decided to cover him in this video. At the time, I had the idea for a little bit, and when Square found out, because apparently one of his friends was in my server, yeah, he wasn't too happy about it. Now, I'll admit, was I being a little bit of a dick about it? Yeah. But doesn't really justify what this guy has done, especially the other shit we're going to get into. Now, I would make a post about this, not going into too much detail because I was saving it for this video. And Square would respond to this, and people that have commented under it, and that's what we're going to be looking at.
GT Racer made post about what's going on between me and Neo, and he basically.
Tá, eu entendo. Se ele falou sobre o assunto da polêmica da girlfriend, outro recall da girlfriend que eu não sabia como isso aconteceu, mas é por causa se acontece desse recall, mas eu agradeço demais que esse vídeo pode ter esse ponto bem pesado, mas eu falei no começo, cara. Em ponto pesado, drama, toxicity, manipulação, essas coisas aí, né? Se você acha que tem esse desconforto dessas coisas aqui tem no aviso, por favor, recomendo que saia desse vídeo. O assunto vai ser um drama sobre gigante, cara. Vai estar.
Stated that he's neutral. He doesn't know what side to be on, but I'm not gonna force him to take a side.
I guess this is a nice gesture, so thanks for respecting my stance on this, at least.
Even though I've stated before that feels like almost impossible for me to move on.
Yeah, I think we kind of get that with the amount of times you talked about her. Even again, pinging your entire server to try to get the people in that server to get your ex back. Like, again, I get it, breakups are hard, I completely understand that. But if you keep pushing this, then it's only going to make things worse. Now, that's really all he had to say about the post. I know it's not really much, but he does have a couple of words for the people under my comments. I'm really only going to be skipping to the comments where he really has something to say about them.
I wasn't trying to get mad over me delaying a stream. I said before, if you know that, if you're in my server, if you've seen other places, that evil girlfriend user was the cause of all this.
Now, Square denies the claims of him starting the whole situation and says that it's this evil girlfriend person that caused all of this. Even later on saying that she has done so much.
Ah, entendi. I understand. O que falou foi evil girlfriend, mas tá.
Much to him, apparently. Now, I am not buying this because, for one, he did not bring up this individual until now. And two, from what I've seen, I have not seen anybody by the name of Evil Girlfriend show up in his comment section. The motherfucker doesn't even have Discord either, so I don't know what we're talking about here. It really makes me want to think that this Evil Girlfriend person doesn't really exist and is just an excuse so Square doesn't have to take accountability. Now, if this person is actually real, then just judging by the name alone, evil girlfriend. That just sounds like a 12-year-old
Ah, tô dizendo assim, evil girlfriend.
trying to mess around with you. Like, come on. Like, if they're trying to mess with you, then just hide them from your channel. Like, it's not that hard. Problem solved.
And then this guy, this vector detective person, we're kind of talk about him a bit during this. Originally, on one of Neo's posts, he said I should never have a relationship again, which is saying that is just cruel to someone that's going through something really harsh.
I mean, in fairness, it's probably best to not get into a relationship until you fix yourself for the better.
And do you see this? I never ran away from home to find Neo. I ran away from home because I didn't feel safe at my home. I didn't feel safe because of how they're acting towards me.
Now, I am not in his area, so I really cannot be sure that this guy has actually ran away from home or not, but I'm also not gonna really doubt it. Now, if your parents were being an asshole about this, then I agree, they could have been at least a little bit nicer about it. I will say this too, we probably shouldn't jump into conclusions and think that he is that insane to the point where he would even run away from his home and try to find his ex-girlfriend. And I mean, realistically thinking here, how would Square even get to where Neo lives without any money, without any transport, without a passport? Because yes, this guy lives in a different region than his ex. How would he even get to Neo's place without any resources? And I don't know anybody who is that crazy to the point that they would go out of their way to run out their house, fly a plane over to the region that their ex.
Tá, tipo, se eu fosse botar desse avião, botava medo, não fazer piada de 11 de setembro com duas torres, botaria um no meio dessa Evil Girlfriend, a Evil Girlfriend, que, sei lá, não sei não.
Girlfriend lives and walk around their town until they find them. I don't know anybody who's that weird. Unless I'm missing something, because hey, there are some people out there that are just weird like that.
I never committed any crimes. I never stalked
Mentiroso!
Neo. I never tried to run away from home to reach her.
Now, yes, again, I don't really know if you actually left your house to find Neo. I don't know if that's actually the case. But if you weren't really stalking her, then how the fuck did you find out about the personal info about her? Now, I guess it could be argued that his friends probably found out. He probably got his friends to find out about the personal info about her. I mean, that's how he found out that I had plans on covering him in this video. Now, if Neo is actually talking about personal things she's doing with her partner in servers, then I will agree, she should probably keep that to herself for the best. But as I've said before, what is it of our business to know what Neo is doing with her partner in her personal life?
For a waste of time, but we could have gone back together, but you know, this guy's back.
He is back. Back again. I really need to shut the fuck up.
Cala a
Saying I
pau do
block
caralho,
anyone
mano.
for disagreeing with me, that isn't true. Most recent times where I've blocked people is because
Eu acho que, lembrando, vai ser sem censura nessa edição, cara, porque vai ser colocado só memes meu, viu?
they're harassing me. Adrian was harassing me. Xflow was harassing me. This guy was basically harassing me.
Yeah, okay, Bunny, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Now, I'm not sure about the other two he mentioned and the other people he mentioned after this guy, but I can assure you that this Vector guy did not harass you whatsoever. All this guy is trying to say is that what you're doing is just petty and you really shouldn't be dragging this on. That's really all you have to say. That isn't harassment, my guy. That is simple criticism. Like, there is a clear difference between criticism and harassment. Not that hard to spot the differences. Square, cube, guy, dude, thing, I don't fucking know.
Saying he doesn't side with anyone regardless, this just isn't true because he was siding with Neo. He was saying that I should never have a relationship again, and he was completely agreeing with everything she said on the post.
Now, I wouldn't say he agreed with everything that she said. That's a bit of a stretch. He probably had some criticism for her as well, like me, when it came out that she made fun of your trauma.
I wasn't fully trying to get them involved.
Now, I will say that this Kirby and FNF Fan 102 person that is mentioned in this comment was actually in the server. And again, I really have to bring this up. Huh? You pinging that entire Discord server of yours to try to get your ex back.
I want to say because this one is everyone pink. Don't wake up if everyone's not using pink. Everyone.
Back. Yeah, you did try to get her involved in some way.
This guy called me a psycho. I'm not a psycho.
I'm not a
Psycho
psycho.
be way worse.
Holy shit.
This guy's just saying it's just pure defamation.
Do you even know what defamation means? Oh, wait a minute. You don't even know the difference between criticism and harassment. Why did I even ask that question? Now, the situation would only get worse from here, as Square would say some pretty fucked up things to Neo Girl in a confrontation. Saying stuff like this to her, which is just like disgusting. Now, the situation would kind of die down as Square would come out and say that he is actually getting some help. Which, good move on his part, and I'm really hoping this works out and he can actually change himself as a person and move on from Neo. Unfortunately, though, this next one we're going to be looking at, and I guess some of the other people we're going to be covering in this video, did not even bother getting help at all. Now, I would like to note that this guy is an ex-Recolor community member now, meaning that he's not in the Recolor community anymore. But I'm still gonna cover him for the sake of this video, as he was still a Recolor at the time, and still what he did was screwed up. So this next individual we're gonna be talking about is someone by the name of Smiley, who had been called out in recent times for being racist, like saying the N-word. And that was only one of the controversial things he was called out for. He was also called out for some other things as well. Like in this post right here that shows...
Cara, deixa eu explicar. Essa é uma print do Smiley, post do Cramaker, não sei se o nome tá aí. E esse é o rosto dele. It's not for me. Any jokes, any joke. I'm joking. You know, this is a wishing rap. The grown man, whatever you call me, because you're still faking. You know, this wasn't faking about this perfect picture that Smiley and another recolor with the Jolly Funky. I think the FNF community was disgusting. And more art related for anyone that doesn't know about this. I know, this is gonna be fucking stupid. Let's go to video.
I'm saying some other pretty fucked up things. And there were many things I didn't know about until I joined a server that was pretty much about him. As I've seen many things about this guy, and just really goes to show that Smiley's really not all that well. Like, for example, him saying that he...
Wait a... Ah, nah, man. That's not racist to Smile. No! He fucked with racist! No! Don't be calling me nigga, bro. Don't be calling that, Smile. Don't be fucking call me nigga. I'm a black too.
Wish you could be racist. Which, I'm sorry, Smiley, but you really can't, and you shouldn't have been in the first place. So you might as well...
I'm not called because... Let me turn back again.
Stay mad about...
Wait. Let me back this. Hold on. Wait. Let me see. Oh.
Sorry, Smiley, but you really can't, and you shouldn't have been in the first place. So you might...
Oh,
as well stay mad about it.
You stupid.
And other things as well.
Oh. Is another composition. The boyfriend XE. B-Pun XE. The Frogon on this conversation. What? You fucking idiot? What? What are you saying? What me DM? So what? Frogon. Why? Why what? What are you doing this? Because are you like you more than me, Nick? I don't. Yes, you do, Nick. I don't want it so.
That proves that, just like Square, probably shouldn't be in a relationship until he gets his shit straight. Especially when he's trying to use...
Holy shit, what the fuck this, bro? Oh my god. There's another image to send that. It's gonna rape or kill us. I gotta cut my arms before. This is the bullshit.
Sensitive topics as manipulation tactics against her, which...
Holy shit.
Like, no, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry, it's just that type of stuff just really pisses me off. Like, you can't take such serious topics and try to manipulate people with it. That's just, like, wrong on multiple levels. And I get that he's a little bit younger than I am. He's 14 to 15 years old, so he doesn't really know that much better. But that still doesn't really justify anything. Even I, at 14 to 15 years old, was not doing this type of shit. Now, after everything, he took a little bit of a break for a while. And then I guess he came forward to me and I guess a couple of other people and had apologized for everything, which at least he's apologizing, but
Nah, there's a racist, there's no apologize. There's no fucking apologize for racist.
I believe that actions speak louder than words. Which, yes, he said sorry and he left the Recolor community for the better for himself, which do what's best for you. But to me, apologies don't really mean anything if there's no action taken behind it. So we're just gonna have to see it for ourselves in the future. Will Smiley have a redemption arc, or will he just go back to doing the same shit he was called out for? Anyways, last person I'm going to be covering in this section is someone by the name of Sony Funkin. Now, on the surface, looking at these posts alone, he seems...
Okay, 7 likes, 5 likes. Give it a second. Okay, let's go back to finish the video.
To be just your generic boyfriend recolor channel who really likes baiting his audience into thinking he is going to quit his channel for some reason. And it would usually be for the dumbest reason, like, guys, I lost 1 subscriber. It's just 1 subscriber, you're gonna get it back, it's not that deep. And of course, he'll just come back the next day like nothing happened. Never forget that about me, I'm always making a
Instead of 4, I always come back.
back. Like, you're not William Afton, what the fuck? I always come back. Sounding out. But what if I told you that one day he really thought that this whole baiting his audience into thinking he was going to quit his channel thing was not really going to work out anymore. So he decided to go and fake a serious illness and even went out of his way to fake his death.
What?
Not even kidding. Now you might be thinking, oh, but what if he actually was in a serious illness? Well, if that was the case, then for one, then why the fuck was he still online? Which makes me want to believe the whole coma thing too in his name is also fake. Cause if you were actually in a coma or like not alive anymore, then how in the world would you ever write these threats here? And two, it really doesn't help the fact that in a server I was in, that he was also in at some point, he even admitted that he faked his own death. So I don't want to hear any bullshit from anyone. Now, if I remember clearly, this all started with a post that is now deleted because I think his old channel got deleted. He got a new one of him saying that he got a serious sickness. And then, of course, it went downhill from there. Now,
Voltei enquanto eu gravo aqui. Bora lá.
remember that Brandon boyfriend guy I mentioned earlier? You know, the guy that fought with the freaky gotcha-eyed predator Ethan Hartley? No, you stay away from her, you simp! But I had her first, she was my first, now give her back! Well, that's too bad, you diddly dum-dum bum! No, you're diddly dum-dum bum! Man, why don't you diddly dum-dum shut up!
Holy shit.
And how I said that he did get himself into some form of controversy at some point? Well, this is it. Because he would go around and spread some false news of Sony boyfriend being not alive anymore. Because a later post would show him saying this: I didn't mean to prank my friends like that! Which got me thinking that Brandon boyfriend was possibly a part of this whole thing. What I mean is that Brandon could have potentially planned this out with Sony. Now, this is all just my theory, but I'm pretty sure one day Sony probably just, you know, cried to Brandon about how he was not getting enough attention. And then Brandon came up with the idea, and then they planned it out together. Hey, are you doing okay, man? No, I'm not okay. It's just that I'm not getting the attention I so desperately desire. And it's really making me upset, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Oh, Lord, that's terrible. If only there's some way I can help you. Let me think. Oh, I got an idea. What if you tried to fake your death? God, Brandon, you're a genius. I never thought of that idea before. Yeah, great idea, ain't it? Oh, yeah, it is. Fantastic. I hope you set up the plan and everything. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Of course, anything for a friend. Yeah! Again, though, that's just really my theory, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, Brandon would make an apology post later on, and after that, I guess everyone kind of just forgot about it, and it seems like Sony and Brandon are still friends to this day. Now, I would like to bring this up as well. This George guy mentioned in Brandon's post here is apparently supposed to be Sony Funkin's brother, who I guess was supposed to be running Sony Funkin's account while he was quote-unquote in a coma. Now, Sony Funkin says that, yes, this person is real. But I don't really think he was the one that wrote threats like this, as before this he would say, forget about George. I was only sick. Okay. Then why couldn't you have just said that instead of pulling up this whole, oh wait, I forgot who I'm talking about. You apparently don't get enough sympathy in real life, so you decide to sympathy bait people on the internet. Hence why you pulled off this whole bullshit. Now that's really all I have to say for this section. It's about time we move on to the next one. But I'm warning you, it's gonna get really disgusting.
Vai ser
So
agora.
brace yourselves,
Prepare-se, viu?
as these
Senhoras
guys
e
might be the
senhores,
worst that this side of the
Isso vai ser
community has to
agora,
offer.
né? Capítulo 3. Predadores e Desnecessários.
Now, with my experience with the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community, I've seen a couple of horrid predators and degenerates here and there. And the most common example that you guys might know of on my channel is someone by the name of FNF ADCBF. And for those who don't know the lore, I might as well give a little bit of a speed run through the story of FNF ADCBF. For those who already know and don't really need a refresher, you can skip to this timestamp. Long story short, FNF ADCBF is an 18, now 19-year-old who is known for doing inappropriate roleplays with underage individuals. Worst part is that he has done these roleplays with someone who is admitted to be around the age range of a preschooler. Not even fucking joking when I say that. I would call him out on this, and it would seem like he would just ignore me. So then I decided to show up in his comment section under one of his posts to confront him. And that's when he would say, oh, I'm really very sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't do anything weird like that. Don't make weird videos like that. Notice how he said sorry just now. Like he found no problem in what he was doing until I decided to show up in his comment section. That's how you know his apology is complete bullshit. And also with him saying don't make weird videos like that, when they were just videos criticizing him on his predatory behavior, like, how are you gonna say that I'm the weirdo for calling you out on your behavior? Oh, you're the weirdo because you made a video about me doing my freaky ass roleplay. Like,
What?
no! Don't know where we got that logic from, but go off, I guess. Time would pass and FNF ADCBF would then want to talk to me in my comment section.
Em tradução desse para português, para... Ei, eu quero dizer... Eu quero perguntar coisa pra você, mano. Aí tá. Esse comentário de 4 meses atrás. Mas tá.
For some reason. I wasn't sure why at first, but then as I talked to FNF ADCBF, and I'm sure you guys could see it as well, it kind of just seemed like he was trying to get me to change my perspective on him, which really didn't work. And I'm not even joking, literally 75 to 80% of the conversation was just him saying, I'm not weird and creepy. What the fuck am I reading? Even though that's a very stupid statement, because how are you gonna say that when there's already so much evidence stacked up against you? Like FNF ADCBF, I don't know how dense you can be to even say this, but you really cannot be saying this type of shit when there's already evidence that proves that you are weird and creepy. So you can throw out the whole argument like,
Bota aqui esse cara
dirty
no
comments you
lixo.
snort and collect on the street. He would also state that he hates Ethan Hartley, and yes, I know, this guy is so notorious that even people like this guy hate him. Although FNF ADCBF really cannot be talking in this case when he's done the same exact thing as him. Like, how are you gonna shit on this guy for being a predator when you are a predator yourself? I mean, who knows, they're probably partners in disguise and we just don't know about it. Oh, and don't worry, it doesn't get any better, because a couple of months after that, he would just go and creep on another random girl on the internet.
Yeah.
Essentially just proving my point that he isn't actually sorry, and that he was only sorry because he got caught. Like, this person barely knows who he is also taken, by the way. That's just what makes it more creepier. And then he wants to go in her comment section talking about you're my favorite fashion girlfriend, my girlfriend forever. Please fucking end me. I would like to add a couple of remarks here, as this guy has made some art for people, but not the normal type of art. No. This is shit art we're talking about here. Like, for example, when he made some art for somebody where it would be him tickling her GF Recolor, which... why do we gotta suffer like this? And then I found this out a little bit later, that he had apparently shipped himself with someone who was 14 at the time, and just a reminder, FNF ADCBF was 18. I'm sorry, FNF ADCBF, but you're shipping yourself with a 14-year-old when you're a grown-ass man. Do you not see a problem in that? Oh, I forgot. You're not weird and creepy, though, right? Okay, sure. Like, don't worry. We know you tell yourself that every night before you go to bed. Don't need to remind us. It was also said that he allegedly groomed the 13-year-old, which I'm not entirely sure if it's true because I haven't been shown evidence with this. As much as I don't really want to believe it, I would also want to say that it's not entirely impossible with what FNF ADCBF has done. This could have happened. As of right now, this is what FNF ADCBF's channel looks like. He would...
Eu acho que... não sei português, vai dar. Eu acho que FNFBCD, não sei esse nome, mas o canal dele tinha abandonado por um mês. Só que ele pensou, já sumiu da internet, ele vai sumir, deletar nas redes sociais, deletar no Discord. Provavelmente, se ele deletou uma rede social que ele já sabia, então, se deletou uma rede social, porque ele sumiu da internet. Sumiu, porque... Se eu não entendi, é que a comunidade de FNF Recolor estava ruim. No YouTube era muito pior do que do TikTok, porque na minha opinião. E sinceramente, a comunidade de FNF Recolor no YouTube tem que ser separada. Ou tem a FNF Recolor com outra comunidade de Sprung, que eu conheço a comunidade de Sprung, que não fico dando em cima nela, somos amigos. Apenas amigos. Aí dá.
Have plagued about 90% of his channel, and these are some of the posts that he has made in recent times. Why do you gotta be so dramatic, dude? And the reason why he's acting up like this is apparently because he now feels guilt after I called him out. I'm gonna kind of talk to him a little bit, but honestly, just like the other confrontations, there weren't really anything special at all. Just like the other confrontations I had with him, he would just spew random bullshit. He would tie in Ethan Hartley into this by saying that he hates him, even though he's really no better. He would also say that he could listen to me, even though he has shown me that he really couldn't. All around, it's really just typical FNF ADCBF behavior. And that is the FNF ADCBF lore, my friends. Now let's talk about a guy named Aaron. Now, Aaron would be called out for...
Quem não sabe do Aaron já sabe, né?
Sending some traced foot fetish...
Oh my god! No! What the fuck is this bullshit? No! Not a fucking fetish! No! No. What the fuck is this bullshit? No. Oh my god. Aaron is the worst. In my opinion, Aaron is the worst. Oh my god, what the fuck? A fetish feed, bro! Oh man. Jesus Christ! I don't know search the search feed. There's a fetish feed. No. You gotta be fucking kidding me. No. Oh my god. Yeah, let's see. It's funny, I want to like to show something cute. Oh my god, he's a fetish feed. No, you disgusting arrow. Anyways, let's go back a bit.
Of his boyfriend Recolor to someone who was 15. And by the way, yes, again, I'm aware that's Smiley, and again, I don't support what he did, but that certainly does not justify what this guy did. What makes this worse is that Aaron is 19. Also, at the same time, 19. Who the hell...
19 is my equal one by age at 1st September.
Just is rotting in her bed one day, and then they just think, oh yeah, let me just send some traced art of my boyfriend Recolor when its dog's out. Yeah, that's something all cutesy. Yeah! I later on made my own post about this, and Aaron actually, funny enough, responded to it. And his reason on why he thought it was okay to send traced fetish art to a 15-year-old was because he was only trying to...
Let me say this comment. Look, I'm sorry, I want to take you for something positive for him. But if you're not going to forget me, that's in good message. Goodbye. He says, brother, that's a lady, a full image. How the fuck is that positive? Sabe.
Send something positive to him. What? I'm sorry, but what is so positive about doing shady shit like that? Like, how do you see that as a green flag? If anything, that should be a red flag. Now, Aaron would make
Yes, red flag. Red flag.
a couple of posts responding to the situation, and no surprise, it's nothing really all that good. Well, my life is just ruined. I might as well be depressed.
I want to cry for me.
And be shattered. Oh, guys, just hear me out, guys. Yes, I did send a 15-year-old minor some traced art of my boyfriend Recolor with his twinkle toes out. But that doesn't matter at all. It's all okay because I'm depressed and shattered, so that means it's automatically justified. Look, even if you were actually depressed, this would still be fucked. Depression is not an excuse for predatory behavior. And I know damn well that you're only saying this because you're mad about the fact that you got caught. I know that might sound like a harsh accusation, but it's really hard for me to believe that he actually has depression when it comes off as him trying to use it as an excuse for what he did. I don't know, it just comes off as sympathy baiting to me. Oh my dear lord, this next one. I'm at this breaking point of deleting my YouTube channel.
Wait. Delete your channel now!
My life is ruined! I mean, yeah, you pretty much put this upon yourself, my guy. Maybe don't do weird shit like this, and maybe you wouldn't have gotten yourself in this situation. I lost all my subs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I wonder why. And now I'm depressed. Once again, it really just comes off as him trying to use depression as a manipulation tactic. And worst of all, Smiley betrayed me and backstabbed me! And by betrayed and backstabbed, don't you mean just rightfully cutting ties with you since you are a weird-ass dude? To the traitors? Fuck you, asshole! Oh, shit! Oh, no!
Oh.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I guess by his logic, I'm a traitor because I decided to cut ties with him and I called him out on his bullshit. And I guess that same logic applies to the other people that have done the same thing. Okay, in all seriousness though, Aaron, just a reminder that you are a grown man doing this. It's just really dumb how you're gonna call the people that rightfully cutted ties with you traitors. Like, this is your first instinct when you get called out and criticized. When I get criticized for doing something stupid, I take that criticism to heart and I try to improve myself. And I am 2 to 3 years younger than you, my guy. That just makes it more embarrassing. Because with you, Aaron, on the other hand, what's your case? Calling the people that cut ties with you traitors, and blocking people off your channel if they dare call you out in your comment section. Essentially just making yourself look worse than you already look. Now, looking onto his channel right now, it seems like he doesn't really have that much going on with him. It seems like he kind of just forgot about the whole thing. I'm not sure if he's done any shady things recently, but if he has, then you guys can let me know. But moving forward, the next individual we're going to be talking about in this section is someone by the name of Cherry, who had been criticized for...
Oh my god, no, not a Cherry girlfriend. What the fuck? What the fuck is this image? A nuclear... What? Is that a sexualizing her OC? They don't care about the sexualization of the girlfriend. Oh my fucking god, bro. What the fuck? Is that a Cherry perfect you girlfriend? Oh my god.
Posting this type of stuff on her channel, which essentially is some
big
melon fetish or something. Yeah, it's very weird. I'm not sure if I can entirely show all these, so I'm just going to censor them just in case. And the reason people took issue behind this is because Cherry's audience...
Whoa, what the fuck this bullshit? What the fuck? Aaron and Cherry Griffin is just two worst bullshit. Oh my god, dude. No, you gotta be fucking kidding me. No.
It's mostly made up of kids, which is completely understandable. I can see why people are taking issue with this whole thing. And how did Cherry respond to the backlash? Well, you shouldn't be surprised at this point that it's really nothing fucking good.
Oh my god. No. Let me see that. The only thing don't get a fuck if you're not respecting the best part. And about rework, you guys are knowing, but don't respect my decision. I'm gonna cut up on my posted hearts and on YouTube because of that. You're fucking assholes. Not respecting you, dude. No, you literally sexual as you grow. Shut the fuck up. Why do you fuck your bullshit, Cherry FNF? No, you're literally fucking bullshit. You're the worst person I've ever seen. No, you're literally bullshit. You know you fucking assholes, dude. No, what are you doing? Don't be protagonist. You fucking asshole. You're gonna be fucking arrested, bro. You know your parents gonna take out your fucking head at your phone because it's in your art. It's sexualizing. Oh my god, bro, you okay?
Oh yeah, try to intimidate them with a demon form. That's totally gonna get them off your back. It's kind of funny, honestly, every time the Recolor community does this, where if you criticize them, they'll try to intimidate you with some goofy form or mode that they have or something like that. I mean, I think you already know that this is not the only person that does this. I mean, we saw what Galaxy was doing. Cherry is definitely not the only one that's done this. I've seen a couple of other people do this as well.
They dare criticize me? They dare call me out on my BS? Really? Huh? Really? Oh, let me get into my scary corrective
Holy
form.
shit!
Yeah. Oh yeah, this will show
I'm
me.
so scared.
I guess here's a couple of other responses to the whole situation. Again, it's
Yeah, thank God, dude. She retired fucking YouTube. Thank you, God. She got fucking got banned on YouTube.
really nothing all that special, and I'm not gonna be reading all of these because if I do, I'm gonna get a brain tumor.
Oh my God.
People will try to defend.
Oh my god, let me see. Jackson would say, mother from my sister Cherry. Yeah, I see what's the NSVW. Yeah, I see that. Because I have a blue sky for the NSVW, it's gonna number things. You know, my sexualizing not gonna be big boots. I don't know. After my blue sky, I'm gonna have sex work.
This and try to say that there's nothing wrong with what Cherry is doing. Even though, yes, there is a problem with what Cherry is doing, because, again, her audience is made up of kids, and she's posting this weird fetish content. Like, what? Now, again, her audience is made up of people who are very young, so I would like to add that you really cannot blame them for doing this. Minors, especially kids, are easily impressionable, so they could be falling for manipulation. So, again, it's really not their fault. It's Cherry's fault for trying to normalize this type of shit.
Cherry.
Now, one of the biggest offenders of Cherry's defenders, oh, holy shit,
Oh my
that
God.
rhyme, would have to be someone by the name of YDC, who is known to be a terrible Discord server moderator, has said the N-word a couple of times, kind of like what Smiley did, and has roleplayed some Sweet
my
Home
God.
Alabama type shit with a Tupper bot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dating a fictional sibling of his, and it's just weird as ever. Oh yeah, and a little honorable mention. No, we're not letting them date, you fucking chud! Now, I would also like to say that YDC did eventually stop defending Cherry, but it's not for the reason you think. He stopped defending Cherry after getting heavily criticized and even spam reported at some point. But back on the topic of Cherry, Cherry was also criticized for being racist as well. She would get criticized for this when the word got out there, which would lead up to her making an apology post. After a while, Cherry would abandon her main channel and would move over to her second channel, where nowadays she'll post AI slop.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but imagine giving up on trying and then just resorting to AI slop. She would still guilt trip her audience once in a while. Now, if you thought those guys were bad, then that is not it. This is just the beginning of the end. As this next person we're going to be looking at might possibly, just maybe, be worse than all of them.
Holy shit, the worst. Holy shit! Holy shit. Oh, that's a long intro.
Hello, this is Impactor, and all I have to say about this is, what the hell is
Oh
this?
my god, no, you gotta be fucking kidding me. No. We haven't been one hour of the video. What the hell is this, bro? This is the worst FNF Recolor I've ever seen.
I'm aware that, yes, there are definitely worse,
Oh my goodness.
but, like, we still cannot
Oh my god, dude! Why? What is the Marina gonna post sexualizing? I'm gonna call the fucking police and we should his account the Black Cash. It's not a club penguin, not a CP. It's a club penguin. Dude, what the fuck?
excuse this. And let me not even get started with the responses. They gradually just got worse.
This is Marina, the three arrow, a Sheriff FNF, and Marina's the three fucking worst FNF call. Why?
Not even gradually.
Yeah.
They went from this
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
And then immediately, all of that just got completely disregarded immediately afterwards with this. What do you mean? this could have easily been avoided if they decided to actually learn how to do art, which, knowing how this community is, may not actually happen. Or, alternatively, if they just chose a different set of GF sprites to use. Because if, I'm not sure if I'm the only one that noticed this, but they use the exact same GF sprites, which comes with this problematic download, which is what pisses me off the most about this. So
and just a reminder that the server is made up of mostly minors. Marina is around her 20s. She is a grown woman. And her responses to the situation, her responses are actually horrendous. At least with the other predators like FNF, ADC, BF, and Aaron, with their responses, you could at least have a laugh about them. But with Marina, on the other hand, I really can't, because it just really pisses me off. Now, it would start off with Marina making this half-assed apology, which, you know, nothing too special, right? But then, a couple of hours later, she proceeds to bait her audience into thinking she was going to game over herself. Because the next day after she made that post, she would go on to say, "Whoa, 800 subs? Thank you so much, God." Deadass, that was the second time I got pissed off in this video. Holy sh**. What makes me madder is the fact that she has not only done this once, not only twice, but 3 times. 3 times. I think you might be starting to notice a pattern here. But with her audience being easily impressionable and young individuals, they don't really get the memo all that well. But that's not really their fault. Again, the person at fault here is Marina, as she is the master manipulator here. She knows she can use this scummy tactic to trick her audience since they don't really know that much better. Now, moving forward, someone in my Discord server came forward to me and told me about Marina's Twitter/X account. And already off the bat, it's not looking too good. Buddy has got her fetishes on full display. And the tweets and posts she makes on there is just... And oh yeah, especially this one, because not only do you like being a creepy crawler, but you also like doing some Sweet Home Alabama type shit. Okay, buddy. Later on through the timeline, Marina would comment under one of my posts asking if we could talk on Discord. And so we did, and it started like this. She would bring up on how she made an apology post about the whole controversy surrounding her and that she moved on from it. I then bring up the fact that after she made that apology post, she proceeded to bait her audience into thinking that she was going to game over herself, and then bring up how people who actually have those remarks don't go out their way to post about it publicly on their channel, and then just disregard everything and just celebrate a sub goal like nothing happened. And then Marina agreed with it, and then came clean and admitted to guilt-tripping her audience. And not even joking, after that, after I bring up one good point about her, she proceeded to block me. She did not want to answer any other questions I may have had for her, and proceeded to block me so she could Friday Night Funk her way out of this shit. And I'm just gonna say this right now, if Marina is actually watching this, you can guilt trip and manipulate all you want, but it's not going to get you out the gutter that you put yourself in. And once your audience finds out who you really are as a person, you're not going to get off the hook that easily. They're going to stop falling for your manipulation, and they're going to start seeing through your lies and then not want to support you anymore. Since they will start fearing that they will eventually become the next victim if they kept on supporting you. I know this is probably too much for you to handle, Marina, but this is just the truth. And I just want to put this out there to anyone who has had these remarks that Marina is trying to use as a manipulation tactic. If you do have these remarks, if you do feel this way, then please go talk to somebody, and I hope you can get the help you need. Now that I got that all off my chest. Let's talk about something positive for once. Now, we have seen a lot of bad apples in this side of the Friday Night Funkin' community. But as bad as it looks, not all Friday Night Funkin' Recolor channels are like this. Because I've met a couple of people in this side of the community that are actually decent human beings. And don't do the immature, the petty, the toxic, and the disgusting shit that these other people do. And some of these people actually bother giving credit to the original artist. They don't just recolor something and then just claim it as their own, like, again, some of the other people we have talked about in this video. I'm hoping the best for these guys, and I'm hoping their future is bright. And I encourage them to keep trying to do art, and maybe hopefully one day they can improve their OCs. My point with this section is that as bad as the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community may look, not all of these guys act like this. Like, at least some of these guys have some common sense. Nothing else to really say for this section.
Conclusion. The Conclusion. The FNF Recolor community has only gotten worse over the past year, even after content creators made videos about people in the community. While some people changed for the better, some people didn't change a bit. However, we should acknowledge the fact that every community has a good side that not only cares about the game, but also wants to get rid of the bad side of the community. If a person is in the Recolor community, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. We shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Honestly, enough said. So, overall, the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community is a very strange place. It has its good side, it has its bad side, and it has its what the hell is this side. And with my experiences with the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community, how do I feel about it? Well, it's not the best. There are some good people, don't get me wrong, and there are some people that are at least bothering to change. Again, Square Boy is at least trying to get some help in his situation, and funny enough, one of the guys I've criticized on my channel, Mr. Baluta Robert, used to be buds and buddies with Ethan Hartley, again, the notorious Friday Night Funkin' Gacha Life fan. But it seems like in recent times, Baluta Robert is actually cutting ties with the guy, which, well, I never thought I would see today, but here we are. Can we give it up for Baluta Robert? Let's give it up for our fellow Cannon Blaster over here. Now, I would like to make it aware, yes, I am aware of the other controversy he got himself in, which he did apologize for, and after having a couple of talks with the guy, it seems like he hasn't really said it as of recently. So maybe, hopefully, he is actually trying to change, but you guys can have your own thoughts if you want. But yeah, as there are some good people, and there are some people that are at least trying to change their ways, I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of just immature and just controversial individuals. Probably one of the worst sides of the fandom I have dug myself into. But again, they are not all bad people. As my friend said, we should not judge a book by its cover. Just because someone is a Friday Night Funkin' Recolor channel, or just a Recolor channel in general, does not mean that they automatically suck, or that they're necessarily a bad person. Like, you can't just look at one boyfriend Recolor channel and immediately think that they're just a toxic asshole who's immature and has got a lot of controversy behind them. Because as I've said before, not all Recolor channels are like this. But what do you guys think? Do you still think that the Friday Night Funkin' Recolor community is based off of creativity, as they say? Or do you think otherwise and think it's based off of the dramatic degenerates and the creepy crawlers and all that such? What are your thoughts? But yeah, I think that'll be it for the video. If you did enjoy, you can like, you can subscribe. I'm not going to force you. And yeah.
ou provavelmente já esqueci essa parte de não ligar o microfone no meio da parte do vídeo, mas esse foi o vídeo sobre uma comunidade Friday Funk e da comunidade do lado ruim. De um lado bom, sei lá, né? Mas em 2023 já fiz essa época de FNF Recolor do lado ruim e lado bom, que na minha opinião, uma das piores comunidades que já teve na minha vida. Mas então, muito obrigado até o final. Eu sou o Arthur e Pikachu Arquivos, mas tem aqui também sabe que o FNF Recolor pode ser lado bom ou lado ruim. E até o próximo vídeo. E
Make the ground shake.